Hello, I'm Daisy and I am a STEM ambassador. I am a experimental quantum physics researcher. I'm currently doing my PhD at the University of Surrey's Advanced Technology Institute. My research involves studying a particular type of material to make new and exciting technologies such as quantum computers. So, to celebrate World Creativity and Innovation Day, I'm going to talk a little bit about how I use creativity and innovation as a researcher and within my role. So research is all about being creative. It's one of the things that really drew me to becoming a researcher was the fact that I could use my creativity every day to come up with new ideas, to try and solve problems. Um, I think that creativity is one of the key skills you need as a science researcher, and it's something that I use all the time. So, one of the main things you do as a researcher is you have to come up with a hypothesis, and then you have to think of a way to test your hypothesis in an experiment. So, you design the experiment, and that can require a lot of creativity. And you then go through and carry out your experiments, analyze your results, and come to any conclusions that your experiments have told you. And that's how we innovate by testing and experimenting. We can expand our knowledge and build on it to make, in my case, new technologies. So something like how we came up with the computer, that's all through physics research. They were studying the same types of materials that I study. They're called semiconductors, and they came up with this idea to make something called a transistor, and that's actually the basis of all computers that we have these days. There are many transistors in your laptop and even in your smartphone. And one of the challenges has been miniaturizing these transistors, these computer components, so they can fit into things like your phone. And that's all about being creative and about innovating and thinking outside the box. The only way we've got to such teeny tiny, they're on the nanoscale, which is kind of incomprehensibly small, these devices. The only way we've got to those is through people thinking through problems and doing experiments and innovating. That's what it's all about, really. So the best thing about working as a researcher for me is the excitement, and also just you never know what's going to happen next. There's a lot of unpredictability that comes with research. It kind of comes with the territory. Sometimes you'll do an experiment and your results will be completely not what you thought they'd be. They contradict your hypothesis, and then that gives you the challenge of trying to work out why it's different and explaining it and building on the theory. It's yeah, it's always a bit. There's always some surprises that are thrown in there, and that's what pushes us forward. That's what pushes knowledge and pushes innovation. So my advice for those looking to get into a field like becoming a science researcher is to study the subjects relevant to that field. In my case, I studied maths, physics, and chemistry for A level, and then I did an MPhys 4-year degree in physics, and I'm now doing my PhD. So, as well as just focusing your studies on the relevant topics, I'd also say practice solving problems and using your creativity and your ingenuity to come up with different ways of solving those problems, because that's what really gets us places, is by not just doing it the standard way, but by thinking of different ways of doing things. That's how we really make those big leaps in innovation within research. So yeah, that's all I had to say. Bye.